this chapter. Okay, now let us discuss about other topics in excretion in plants. In excretion in plants. Okay, yes. Already last class I told you excess water or additional water is transferred. Excess water or additional water is transported out of the plant. Transported out of the plant through different processes. Their transpiration and guttation Already I told you what is the transpiration and what is guttation. The chapter transportation. The chapter transportation. Understanding? Guttation process and transpiration process. Okay. Next, plants listen carefully. Plants store the waste materials in different regions of their body. Okay. Plants store the waste material in different regions or in different parts of the body. What are those parts? For example, leaves, bark, nectar, fruit. These are the best examples. In these parts of the plant, they store the waste material. Observe carefully. Leaves, bark, fruit, etc. Fruit, etc. Understanding? These are best examples. These are the best suitable parts for the plant to store the waste material. Okay. Then, whenever leaves, bark, fruit are fallen from the tree, bark can be disassociated from the stem. Okay. After some time, bark can be disassociated from the stem. Next, leaves. In adverse conditions, drought conditions, summer seasons or winter seasons, leaves are fallen from the plant. Fruits also same. After ripening of fruit, they are disassociated and they are fallen from the plant. Whenever these are separated from the plant body, Along with these pots, waste materials are also separated and excreted from the plant body. Okay, you know, actually after this association, leaves, bark, fruits, they fall on the soil. After some time, because of decomposers, leaves, bark, fruit, they are decomposed. They are decomposed. After decomposition process, waste materials are mixed in soil. Whenever leaves, bark, fruit, whenever leaves, bark, fruit fall, fall from the tree, fall from the plant. What will happen? Along with along with this pot, along with this pot, waste material, waste material are also separated. Yes. Next, after decomposition, after decomposition of of this pot, after decomposition of this pot, waste material, waste is mixed in soil. Observe carefully. Mixed in soil. Next, in this way, actually, excretion process takes place in plants. Actually, plants break the waste materials much slower than the animals. Animals break the waste materials faster than the plant. Okay, and accumulation of waste material is also slower in plants when compared to the animals. Okay, in some plants, waste material, in some plants, waste materials are, in some plants, waste materials are stored in fruit in the form of solid body, in the form of solid body. These are called rapid. These are called rapid. What? Rapid. Important bit, remember it is rapid. Okay, observe and write first. Next, some plants synthesize some chemicals inside of their body and store them in different parts of their body. Understanding? Actually, some plants synthesize actually synthesize chemical or chemical compound chemical compound and store them in different pots. Different parts of their body. For example, some plants synthesize some chemical compound. Okay, they are stored in roots, next leaves, next seeds, etc. What is the use of this chemical compound? Actually, plants synthesize these type of chemicals mainly for defense purpose. Mainly for the defense purpose. Why? Means defense. Main for the defense purpose. Actually, here plants can synthesize the chemicals. Plants can synthesize the chemicals. This is important. Okay. Why? What? Some chemical compounds are synthesized by some plants. Why means for the defense purpose. For the defense. Means directly you can say to protect themselves, to protect themselves from the grazing animals or herbivores herbivore animals. They synthesize this type of chemicals and store in different pots. You know. Next, sorghum. Best example, you know very well that sorghum. Sorghum, bajra, these type of plants, and you know ganneru. Okay, Nerium bodorum, ganneru plant. That plant also stores some chemicals in their seeds. Like this, here plants synthesize some chemicals and store them in different parts of the plant. Actually, these chemicals are these type of chemicals are unpleasant to these are unpleasant to grazing animals or herbivores. Grazing animals are herbivores. Okay, to herbivores to eat. That is why, that is why herbivores, they do not eat the, do not eat this type of plants. In this way, these plants are protected themselves from the grazing animals or herbivores. Are you understanding? These chemicals in some plants, these synthesized chemicals are even toxic in nature. Even toxic, they may, even they may kill the animals, kill the animals, they may kill the animals when animals eat them. When animals eat them. Understanding? For example, sorghum, like these different plants. Next, this ganneru, you know, what is that? Nerium odorum, like this. Understanding? Observe. Next, some plants synthesize special types of the chemicals. Special types of chemicals. Some plants synthesize special chemicals chemical compounds actually they are secreted from injured plants, from the injured parts. From the injured part. Observe carefully. They actually seal the site of the injury. They seal the site of the injury and they help to plants. They help to recover the wound or injury. Actually, these are examples gum. Examples for gum. Okay. Gums are secreted from the site of injury and they are accumulated and they seal the site of the injury and they help in healing of wound early. Okay, earlier than normal. This is important. Next, some plants synthesize attractants. Some plants synthesize attractants. These attractants help the plants for the pollination process. Next, for the nutrition process. Observe carefully. Here, pollination, nutrition. Pollination, observe carefully. You know, some attractant means nectar, chemical, one type of chemical. Nectar attract the insects. Nectar attract the insects. Understanding? Observe carefully. Nectar attract the insects for pollination purpose. In nutrition also they help. For example, Rhizobium bacteria. Rhizobium bacteria is present in soil. legume family plant. Leguminous family members or family plant. Actually, they secrete some types of chemicals into the soil. Those chemicals attract the rhizobium bacteria present in soil towards them. Okay. Because of those attractant chemicals, rhizobium bacteria are moved towards the roots of the legume plant. Then ultimately rhizobium bacteria are entered into the roots of the legume plant. Inside of the roots of legume plant, root nodules are formed. After formation of root nodules, rhizobium bacteria fix the nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen in root nodules in the form of the ammonia. Means this is a type of nutrition. In this nutrition process, some chemicals are some special chemicals synthesized by plants help. Okay. Next, for seed dispersal. For the seed dispersal. Yes. Some plants store the attractant, good flavor chemicals, some good tasty chemicals in fruit. To collect the fruit, actually different animals disperse the entire fruits containing seeds from one place to another place. Means these special chemicals present in fruit, they attract the different animals to disperse the fruit containing seeds from one place to another place. Means in seed dispersal process also, these special chemicals help. Okay, are you understanding? Observe carefully. Very important one. The one. Observe. Already studied about rhizobium bacteria. Because of some attractants secreted by the roots of legume plants, rhizobium is entered into the roots of the legume plants and creates the symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relationship. You know, symbiotic relationship means in this type of relationship, two organisms means both organisms are benefited, means mutual benefit is present here. Symbiotic association. Bacteria supply the nitrogen to plants. Plants supplies the food, water, shelter to the bacteria. Okay, this is a mutual benefit. Mutual benefit here. Next. Next, here already so far we have discussed about different types of chemicals synthesized by the different plants. These type of all specially synthesized by plants. These type of chemicals are called secondary metabolites. These are called secondary metabolites. What are secondary metabolites? What are secondary metabolites? Let us discuss about these type of secondary metabolites. Okay. So far we have discussed about different chemicals synthesized by different plants. These type of chemicals are called secondary metabolites. What are secondary metabolites? Let us discuss. Actually, chemical compounds present in plants. These are two types. Two types of chemical compounds are present in plants. First one, primary metabolites. Second one, secondary metabolites. First, let us discuss about primary metabolites. What are primary metabolites? Chemical compounds which are directly involved in growth and development of plants. Chemical compounds chemical compound which are directly involved in growth and development. Which are directly involved in growth and development are called primary metabolites. Examples are primary metabolites are carbohydrate, protein, fat or lipids, etc. Okay, these are usually primary metabolites. Observe one. Next, secondary metabolites. Secondary metabolites. Chemical compounds which are not involved in growth and development directly. Growth and development directly are called secondary metabolites. Examples are alkaloids, tannin. Next, resin, gums, latex, observe carefully, alkaloids, tannin, resin, gum, latex, etc. These are main important ones. These are main important ones. Observe one. Now, let us discuss about the all these secondary metabolites one by one. Secondary metabolites one by one. First, let us discuss about tannin. Tannins means deep brown color, deep brown color chemicals or chemical compounds. These are chemical compounds secreted by some plants, secreted by some plants like cassia. Cassia means tangedu. Cassia means tangedu. Next, acacia. Next, acacia. These are the best examples for the tannin. These are the best examples for the tannin. Here, tannins are deep brown color chemical compounds secreted by some plants like cassia, acacia. What? Acacia. Cassia and acacia. Acacia means tumma. Okay. Acacia, melanoxylon, telatumma, nallatumma. Like this is a tumma. Okay. Telugu name tumma. Cassia, acacia plant. Okay. What are the uses of tannins? Actually, plants synthesize and secrete the different types of these type of secondary byproducts or metabolites for their own use, for their own purpose or own use. But human beings, Listen carefully here. Human beings caught that point, and human beings usually human beings are benefiting. If these human beings are using this type of secondary metabolites for their own purposes, for medicine, okay, or for as food material, or to produce the different products, rubber or any other, and to prepare and to make the different types of materials. Human beings are using these type of different types of secondary metabolites. Though plants synthesize and store them in different regions. Listen carefully. Though plants synthesize and store them in different regions for their own uses or own purposes, human beings are using those secondary metabolites for different purposes, to prepare, to make the different types of materials or any other one. Human beings are extensively using this type of secondary metabolite. Okay, what is the use of the tannin? What is the use of the tannin? Usually tannins are used in tanning of leather, and used in medicines, different types of medicine. Okay, these are the uses of the tannin. These type of tannins are secreted by different plants like cassia, acacia, etc. Okay, observe one.